and welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea flosstube video number 42. It is Tuesday the 3rd of January 2023, so Happy New Year everybody. If you celebrate New Year at this time of year. My name is Victoria.
Kia ora, my name is Catherine and my pronouns are she, her.
And this is our first video of 2023.
Yay!
Yay! So hope everyone has had a good holiday, whatever they do to celebrate. Have caught up with family and friends or avoided family and friends depending on your circumstances. It's very hot here in Dunedin. It's like 18 degrees.
Ooh,
So hot. I don't like the heat.
yeah. The other day I did come out. I was moaning about it, and it was something really ridiculously low. I was like, it's too much.
No, we don't live in Dunedin to have hot weather.
That's right.
We like.
I have just come from really hot weather.
You
that
have.
was very unpleasant.
Yeah.
But you know, AC in the hotel. It's not good for the environment, but you know, it was hot.
Yeah.
So
So welcome. We hope people have had, like we said, a good Christmas and have done some stitching or not done stitching, however you
ooh.
are feeling. So I don't know when we did our last video, but I imagine it was early December. Was it late November?
I'd gone by then.
So I don't actually think I did any stitching between our last video and me finishing work. I was just too busy and too tired. And then, so I've gone into chat and I'm just sharing my
It's good.
my experience. So I have been on holiday for a week and I really struggled the first week to do any stitching. I was thinking, oh my goodness, am I over it? And am I going into a lull? Have I spent all this money and have I got all these classes booked this year? I don't really want to do it anymore. But then Catherine came back and we caught up for coffee, and then I've done nothing, where I can, I've done nothing but stitch. So I think I was just tired and I needed a break. And now my stitching mojo's back and I'm so happy.
So if you're feeling the same way,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to stitch, it's probably because you're tired and you should listen to your body and just rest.
Yeah, so I tried to stitch and I did do some stitching the first week, but I was struggling. I was struggling to maintain the concentration.
And it's no fun, is it?
It's no fun. I'm like, why am I doing this if it's no fun? If you just, I did maybe a couple of hours and I was like, nah, I'm just having a break. And they weren't very productive hours. But since Catherine came back, so obviously I wasn't just in mourning missing Catherine.
You're missing me.
That's been great. I've made some real progress. So while there's not as much progress as I would hope in the length of time between videos, I am feeling better about it.
Good.
Which is good.
Because I was saying the same. I've been away for 3.5 weeks, so it's been about 4 weeks since I left New Zealand, and I chose not to take craft with me because I kind of wanted to be really present with the family, and I also wanted to take the opportunity to do some reading, which normally loses in the battle of what shall I do. But also, I didn't actually mention this in the video before because it was kind of only just starting out. But I got really worried that I got RSI, repetitive strain injury, because I'm not very good at, limiting myself. It was like 8 hours of stitching in one go. So my wrist was very painful, my arm was very painful. If I pressed any of this area, it was very painful. So anyway, I was kind of resting and massaging on holiday, and massaging. And I was looking for a place that would do like an arm and hand massage. I couldn't find anything. They were just generic massages, and I didn't want a generic massage. But I rested it lots. I'll show you, but I did do some stitching for my girls, embroidered gift bags. And after about 2 hours of embroidery, my wrist started to hurt and my arm started to hurt, and I was like, what have I done? Martin was great because he was like, oh, it's all right. It's a very small operation if that's what you have. Oh no, I didn't think it was RSI. I thought it was carpal tunnel. And he said, oh, it's a very small operation and we have insurance, it's fine. I was like, oh well, fine. But since then, I have got sensible and I watched a video of Heidi Park, so I recommend her quite often. She's an American quilter, but she also is a yoga teacher, and she does yoga she teaches people on her channel for free how to look after their hands and bodies if they are makers through yoga exercises and stuff like that. So I was in bed this morning and I clicked on her channel and I just happened to notice one for a mana stick, which is, I think mana must be massage. So I'm going to try and get hold of some of that. So if you're struggling a little bit, it was like she was talking to me. She explained about massaging specifically this muscle here. Like, she does hand quilting as well, and if you're doing a lot of hand quilting, that's an area that can get compromised. So I did that, and I'd watched another video of hers, and she had recommended a Veda oil, which we couldn't find in New Zealand, unless it was a place in Auckland, and it was very expensive. So anyway, got a recipe, and I finally, today, I've had the oil for over a month, I made my own Veda oil. So I'll be massaging with it. I have been massaging it myself. So anyway, between like lack of mojo and worrying about overdoing it, we haven't really crafted much at all. But hey, you know, we're here for the chats. And Star's saying hello.
That's Catherine's dog having a dream.
Which is better than what she was doing earlier, so.
Yeah.
We're in my house anyway,
We are.
and it is hot, but we can't open the door because the dog has decided to start escaping. So just windows ajar. So anyway, so what we're going to start with?
Shall we start? I'll show my stitching.
Happy mail.
Happy mail. Let's do happy mail. So, Catherine and I both got happy mail from Paula.
Hi, Paula.
Yes, thank you
Hola.
very much. And shall I go first?
Can I just say that? People have learned that I am not generous. So we get 2 packages named in case Catherine decides, I like this better, I'm keeping this. Very clever.
Yes, I greatly appreciate it.
So we got...
So, little Christmas decoration. How cute is that? I'm just going to hang this on my wall. I'm not going to leave it till like Christmas.
I presume you made these, Paula.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're very cute. Super lovely. So I have a studio now, so this will hang in my studio now.
How cute is that? Such a
Year
good
round.
idea.
Yeah.
And I got a skein of beautifully Christmas coloured gold thread. Beautiful. And
now that you do gold work, you're more likely to use things like that.
the
Although-
piece. I always use the gold
Yeah, you
thread.
actually have a few projects where you have used gold thread.
Yeah, and complain about it, but I still use it because that's what it calls for in the
Yes,
pattern.
right.
We follow the rules. And this, which is absolutely delightful and
Isn't
a
it beautiful?
wonderful idea. I love it. It's a needle book. And so in there, that's for my 22 needles, and my 24 needles, and my 26 needles, and my 28 needles, and my miscellaneous. How cool is that? It's beautiful. Thank you so much. I was so delighted with it. I am so delighted with it.
Isn't that a lovely
And I'm going to use
gift?
it. I'm going to, I haven't put my needles in it yet because I wanted to show people before I started filling it up. But it's so beautiful. Love it. It's a,
And you don't have one.
no, I don't. And oddly enough, I had been looking at them because I was like, oh, I really need a needle book. So I'm super pleased. Thank you so much.
And I got a beautiful, so I got my little embroidered thing as well, but I got this beautiful thing, which I think is vintage as well, which is very lovely. I need to decide what I'm going to do with it. Super beautiful. It could lend itself quite well to dyeing. I'm hoping to do lots of dyeing experiments, but also a top. I could convert it into a top. I like to use things rather than have them lying around sometimes.
Would
So
make
anyway, very lovely.
Part of a cute wee curtain for your studio.
It could make part of a wee curtain. I was thinking, do I have curtains in my studio? And really, it makes sense to have them because I'm going to have textiles displayed, and I don't want them to fade. And the sun is very strong in New Zealand. So lots of decisions to make, but this is very beautiful. Thank you, Paula. And she got me a really interesting book, which is amazing how quickly things get published, isn't it? I think, I don't know Portuguese because I talked about learning, but I haven't started yet. But Cidade Suspensa, maybe? Could be Cidade, I'm not sure. Which makes me smile because I think it means a city on hold, because I think it's about the pandemic. It's photographer, but it also sounds like it's a suspense thriller about a city in Portugal.
Show the picture that we love.
Oh yeah, there was a picture.
There it is.
I was just saying to Martin, okay Martin, Victoria and I are going to video now, so you can go away. This is a 40 square meter house. He's either going to be in the bathroom or in the bedroom or with us. So he's not allowed with us. And I just happened to open the book and it said this. My husband is for sale. Oh, brilliant. Jokes aside, I do know of people that did get divorced over lockdown. Like as soon as they were out, they went and got divorced.
I think it's very testing on a lot of relationships, sadly.
Yeah. And also I love this picture as well, which I'm cobbling it together, so the transport's not working, I don't think, and so this lady is walking up a gradient on her own, but she's kind of leaning, and it said something about with the lifts not working, many people were trying to walk up like Gloria Street, Calzada. Calzada would be like a pavement in Spanish. Anyway, so it must be called Gloria, but under the umbrella of the pandemic, this is such a good photo because she's obviously resting from climbing. It doesn't look like much of a hill, but I think it is a hill. That's why they have the lifts that take them up.
Yeah, the travelling walkways or whatever.
But also you can just imagine, you can extrapolate to someone sort of seeking emotional support and having a rest because it was difficult times. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this. Very beautiful buildings, Paula. And this is for the city. I think it's somewhere it told me which specific, Lisboa. So very cool. We were just talking about where we would go in Europe, and I said Portugal was on my list.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm such an emotional person. Like, I cry at nothing. It's I've been looking into it. It's very interesting that people that cry at nothing. I get very emotional. It's sad things and happy things. And I remember, God, I'm going off a big tangent. Please.
Do you need to press a button? Sorry, something just changed, changed colours over it there.
We have a photovoltaic system in the house. We're not connected to the grid. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the electric car from charging.
It's all good. Done.
Too much drain on the battery.
I wonder if it's because we've plugged this in.
No, it's because the water came on. But we're charging the car and it's under 50%. So I'm going to let it go up to 60 and then we can charge the car again. Yes, so do you remember in Italy, I think it was, there were people like playing the violin and singing opera? Oh God, I used to cry because people are so kind and they're trying to help each other. And I remember with the 2008 economic crisis, the worldwide one, someone sent me a video of people in the job center going to claim benefit in Spain and people singing, I don't know the words of the song, but it's the Beatles song, It's Gonna Be Alright. Oh my God, I was just like, to my girls, traumatized childhood, they were like 11 and 10. It's like, you've got to come and see this. Very dramatic. Anyway, very interesting book. You've sent it to the right person, Paula. Thank you very much. If anyone's interested in black and white sort of social history stuff,
it's a lovely wee book.
That's the book. Thank you, and thank you for thinking of us. And it came with a beautiful postcard, so that'll go on the wall. Thank you.
Excellent.
Cool. So what next, Victoria?
So, shall we do whips? Because, do you have any finishes?
Do I need to switch this on then? Oh, are we okay?
Oh, the light's turned off.
Yeah, the light turned off. That's exactly what happened. The light went off.
Oh. I wonder if... Oh!
I'm really going to get complaints now.
Sorry, people.
Oh,
shivers, we've done it again. Sorry, the video's going to move. Close your eyes. We're ruining the magic for the pretty people. There we go. Is that right?
Ta-da!
It'll do. Whips. So, any finishes?
Not with cross stitch.
Any fully finished.
I have two finishes, but they're not cross stitch, so I'll put those at the end.
Excellent. Oh, and you will have all seen, Catherine has posted a video about... I haven't watched it because I wanted a real show and tell, so I
did a live one for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're interested in... Oh, yeah, that's a good prompt. That's what I wanted to say. So I did my whole video. I forgot to post some photos of some recipe cards from Peru that I also bought, that I went to Peru with the intention of buying, because I followed the artists online, and I really like their work. What I meant to say at the beginning of the video is that one of the things that I have learned in the last, say, 2 years has been to not haggle. So whenever I've gone to Peru, I've always haggled. If it's not in a shop, I've haggled, and it has always felt like, well, that's what you do. And following lots of sort of artisans and makers and sellers in Mexico who are always campaigning for people to not haggle, it actually made me pause and think and realize that Peru is not a country where haggling is part of the sort of fun culture. Like people say, oh no, if you're in Turkey and you go to bazaar, they'll pour tea and it will become this huge thing about haggling. And, you know, it's part of the culture, and you know, it's kind of the fun. They'll feel cheated if you don't partake. Peru's not like that. I realized, thankfully, before this trip, that haggling is actually a power imbalance in Peru. It's people with money knowing that the people with less money need to make a sale, so they put pressure on to get a cheaper product. If you can afford to go to Peru on holiday, even if you're backpacking, you can afford to pay the full price. And so I was really pleased that I had learned that lesson before this trip, so that I could not haggle. I mean, even when Martin was unemployed, we managed to go to Peru. Like, my life is so full of privilege. Absolutely, I can buy anything I want. All these things are above and beyond the needs, you know. It's not food. These are things that just feed my soul. They're extras. I don't need to haggle for anything. So I felt really good that I'd learned that. So if you go to Peru, please don't haggle. Just whatever they tell you the price is, just accept it. Show them respect by acknowledging that that's what they've said and that's it. Like, nobody haggles with me at work to get a cheaper rate for the day. So anyway, I just wanted to say that because it became a very important thing for me, and I was trying to teach my girls about that as well. And not everybody that sells you things in Peru is a producer. There'll be middlemen as well, middle people, but still, you are definitely better off than they are. Don't haggle, because it's about the power imbalance, and that racism is mixed in that, and classism is mixed in that in Peru. So if you can do better, please do better. There you go. Now we can lighten the tone again.
We can lighten the tone again?
Yes.
Do you have any sewing whips, or shall I just quickly whip through mine?
I haven't got any cross stitch. I don't even know where it is.
All right.
Well, it's behind you, but you know.
All right, well, I'll quickly whip through mine. I think this is going to be quite a quick video. It's just a Happy New Year. Hello, people. So, I was hoping to have this done and dusted by now. It's not quite. Although I have been very inspired by my friend Amy, who has finished it. So, well done, Amy. This is the Twisted Band Sampler, which was a stitch along done through Stitch Witches this year. And
how many people took part in your evenings?
I want to say 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 to 10.
Not bad for Dunedin.
No, it's pretty good.
Little Dunedin.
Nice, we catch up once a month. So look, we're almost there, peeps. Almost there. So, as I was saying, my stitching mojo was lost. So when I saw Catherine just after she got back on Friday, bearing in mind that today is Tuesday, I was about here in the light blue. So since Catherine, I've done all of the dark blue, and I finished the light blue, and oh, it's been great. Other than the fact that I've had 2 days not stitching because I've been away. Went up to Peru yesterday where I got my wicked tattoo from a man in a van. It's a koi shark. I don't think you can, not a koi shark, it's a koi fish.
It looks like a rabbit from there.
It does look like a rabbit. Sorry, I'm not doing this.
And it's not
great
permanent.
Angle. No, it's airbrushed. Because I'm too chicken to get a real one.
I reckon there was a price difference too.
Oh yeah, you know, just a bit. So this is coming along nicely. I'm going to get this finished hopefully by the end of this week. It's great. So I didn't quite make it in the 2022. We'll get it finished early as.
What are goals?
So there's this one. And then last week I've also, must get on to my Home Sweet Home, which you remember is a class that I did last year, and there'll be another class this year to put it all together, and I have done very, very little on it, so I have to get into this. And I thought, well, just as easing myself back in, I'm going to do the roof because that's fairly simple. So this was 2 days on my, I'm just not feeling it. It's stitching it all. What am I put on the back?
What stitch is it?
It's like a long stitch really. And then there's another,
Satin.
yeah, a satin stitch. And then there's another thread of a different colour that comes through it that way once I've finished it. So this is how not into stitching I was. What should have taken me a day, maybe 2, that's 2 days, and that's what
I don't
I've
think that's
achieved.
right. I think actually these things, we're terrible at gut gauging.
Oh yeah, I'm also terrible. But I'm back into it, which is the main thing.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have more progress on more of it to show you. So I've got to do 2 rectangular panels for the roof.
Oh, of course, both sides.
Yep, which is why, I don't know if you can see it, there's a yellow thread cutting the fabric in half. So let's get in there. Hopefully we'll get some more of that done.
I'm so glad you've broken the seal with this again.
Oh, me too, me too.
Because then it'll just become a thing that you pick up.
I have also done some work on, so this is the English band sampler that I've been doing the Die Fisher class with this year. You may remember.
Can I help you?
So this is the whole thing. Obviously not with a bit of white paper cutting it in half, but I'll hold it up close. So these, we've done this band, and this band in class.
You haven't finished it.
Oh gosh, no, we've just been taught the stitches so we can do it. We've done this band. So these 3 bands here are the next bands in the class. So I've done the prep work for this one. There's no prep work involved in this one, and I've got to do the prep work for this one, but I've managed to do all the prep for that one in a day, so I was super happy.
And you were one of the stars in the class last time, because not everybody had finished their prep work.
Not everybody had finished their prep work. I was overachieving. So this is it. Isn't it glorious, people? Isn't it glorious? No, it's in a pillowcase that I forgot to open earlier. So I do this in my Lowry stand, which you've all
Seen and loved.
seen and loved. So this is
You're doing
the prep
so
work.
well.
Can I turn the light up a bit so you can see
Yeah, it's a
it?
bit dark, isn't it?
It's a bit dark, so
I can put the other lights on as well.
oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, so I've done, so this is under acid-free tissue so that I don't keep rubbing against it. But I can show you the back because of course my back stuff's as good as the front. But you can see that's
True.
sort of how much has
True.
been worked on. So I haven't really done much more in this.
Okay, so true to form. I love the bag because it's kind of like a map.
It is a map. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You
I
can
do
see
like
where
it.
things are going. It's pretty cool.
Oh
So
my god, this is so pretty. Oh my god.
This stitch here that I'm showing you on the background was awful, and not everybody, a lot of people in class struggled with it, but I bought a book on it after I'd finished it.
Can you see this? It is just the most beautiful thing. It's
a
one
bit
thread,
closer.
isn't it?
It's one thread.
I think that's
this.
what's making all the difference. It looks so delicate and beautiful.
And the pomegranates, I've done the outline, there's some colour to go on those pomegranates, I just haven't done them yet. But it's coming along nicely.
So is that back stitch?
There's a mixture of no, there's the stitch that people didn't like, which is called Montenegrin stitch. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Montenegrin. And it's because it turns a lot of corners and there's branches coming off it. It is not so much in this bit.
You've got
It's
a whole
just.
book.
Where am I? Here we are. Look. Oh my goodness, the big reveal. Here's the front. Haven't done anything. Because there's lots of shape changes and corners. Yeah, I bought a book
That's
on how to do
amazing
it.
for one stitch.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I'd already done the stitch when I bought the book. But it's cool. It's coming along.
I think you're making amazing progress.
So, like I said, I've got some prep work to do in the top band, but I'm waiting for a thread to come in before I can do that. So I'm going to start filling in some of this now. Now I've got my mojo back.
So your goal is to finish the prep work so then you can relax into
Yes,
just
so once
redoing
the
things.
prep work is done, that's great. I've done everything I have to have done for the classes, which are in March. And so then I can just do what I want in it. But this is going to be my touch every week, one of my touch every week projects.
Nice.
Put that back there. And I think that's all the progress that I've made on cross stitch.
Great. That's amazing.
Oh, I'll show this. So this is a book. In the class
Ooh.
lessons, someone brought up this book. It may have been Sue Lucas, I can't quite remember. And so we ordered them from Canada, I believe. Or a group of the people in the class got together and ordered them from Canada, but just to save on postage. And it's, I don't want to show too much because it's
very detailed.
It's very detailed. It's all about doing this one stitch and great instructions, and I got more. Yeah, it's all about turning corners and changing shapes and doing all sorts of bits and pieces. But I'm not going to show you more than that. It's a great wee book though, would recommend.
What's the cover again?
That's the cover. The Autopsy of the Montenegrin Stitch. And it's Fibres to Die For by Amy Mitten. Good book.
Nice. Very good.
Alright. Did you want to show your quilt or anything?
Well, I was easing myself into crafting because I was worried about my wrist and arm. So I picked up my quilt. It's impossible to show. I have posted it on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @nzcat26. Cat as in C-A-T.
But don't call her cat.
Don't call me Cat. So I can't really show it. It's impossible to show. But I have posted a good photo.
You have. It looks fabulous.
I'm not sure how I feel about the quilt. Also, it's a gift quilt. And gifts are complicated things. And if they're not, I'll make them complicated. So,
you add a lot of layers to your gifts.
I do. But that's okay. First and last.
It's beautiful.
And it's really interesting because there's someone on Instagram that's always saying how hard it is to quilt on linen. And I chose this because linen's so easy. So I don't know. I don't know if she meant linen as in tablecloth, which could be difficult depending on the weave, or if she means linen as in what's trendy at the moment, which is made of flax. Because, yeah, I just don't know. Because she did used to use them as tablecloths for some rental business that she had, wedding paraphernalia rental business. So I don't know. But linen, it's got quite an open weave. All of these fabrics are secondhand. They're either from my clothing or from friends' clothing that know to donate them to me when they're just raggedy. So I don't know. The interesting thing is, so I was just adding some edging, and one of the things that Victoria and I did when we used to work for the same department is we did a couple of sort of crafty challenges. We kind of had a loose craft group, and I made the naffest pieces. And at the time, I was so proud. I was like, I'm so arty. But they very quickly went into you can reuse these pile. And in fact, it's something we talk about with Claire. Like, what do we do with this stuff? We're so happy with it when we're done. Then you look back 2 years later and you're like, ooh, that's a bit. Anyway, I ripped it out. So I got red linen for the edging. I'm kind of thinking that I quite fancy my signature thing to be red on the edges.
Nice. I like that as a signature.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So anyway, I'm very happy with it. So I finished, but I'm gonna do a FIFO method.
Ooh, what's a FIFO?
Well, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, first in, first out.
Ah.
So that food doesn't spoil before it's used. So I've worked on this quilt. So it will go to the back of the queue now.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's out. It's got to wait its turn again. So very happy with this. And then I also worked on this little quilt. Well, it's not going to be a little quilt, is it? But it's my half square triangle. Sorry, I'm just trying to put it neat so that I can lift them up. Okay, so I have finished doing this to all of them. So the idea is that there is one piece that comes from a shirt and one piece that's kind of flowery. And now I am putting two together.
Nice.
Yeah, so
So this isn't your flying geese one, is it? This is different, but
yes, this is
similar.
half square triangle.
Yeah.
This is quilt number 2. So I've got 5 on the go loosely. It's ridiculous.
Overachieving much?
Well, not finishing much, but they're all going to be in the same direction.
Nice.
So what I thought I would do is, because I'm having the joy of waking up at 5:35 every morning for some reason. So I thought it would be fun to put 5 together every morning before I go to work.
Oh, nice.
Just 5.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably did 8 this morning before waiting for my coffee. So yeah, I'll show you some of them because they're quite, I think the combinations are quite pretty. So that, and then that. Men's shirts. Lots of second-hand fabric from Stitch Kitchen, which is a textile diversion operation, so that textile bits and bobs don't end up in the landfill. Who knew I could use purple in anything? But yeah, that's purple. That's
What's a great colour?
purple roses. Well, I'm not sure about purple. I have a problem. But this one's quite interesting because this one's the shirt, but this could be a shirt as well. But yeah, I had to make decisions sometimes of what was going to be classed as shirt material. They don't all came from shirts. Some of second hand, but these two definitely came from shirts. But you see, by the time you put it all together, it looks kind of interesting. See, some really cute. That's vintage fabric. This is Japanese fabric, and it's kind of got gilding on it. It's kind of interesting. So anyway, I think I can do.
Excuse me.
I can do 5 a day.
Excellent.
I can do more if Victoria challenges me. If she says something like, "Well, you'll never get it done."
You'll never get it done, Catherine. I can't believe you will never get it done by the end of January. There we go.
I do have a job.
I know that sadly you have to go back to tomorrow.
Which is devastating. I have to go back to work tomorrow. I always make bad decisions about holidays. God. I mean, I only have 2 days leave left from last year, so I really do want to save it, but it is devastating.
I'm good. I'm not going back to the 16th, so.
Yes.
Which is good that my stitching mojo's back, because then I can get some stuff done.
Yes, I'm jealous. Very jealous, but happy for you.
Okay,
so that was the extent
that was the
of my
stitchy bit.
making.
But shopping we've done.
But I've got a finished object, and I've got
show
shopping, and I've got library book.
Yeah, just show your finishing bits, and then we can go on to the shopping bits.
Okay. So, trying to move away from a Eurocentric perspective on things. Even though I'm trying to move away from Christmas per se, we still celebrate Christmas as a family, but in the lowest possible key that you could possibly imagine. I made the girls Christmas stockings years and years and years ago, and they're very pretty. But I don't want to have that Eurocentric focus, and it's summertime for Christmas here, and then we go to Peru and it's definitely summertime there as well. So I made them these linen bags.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
So Rachel, remember Rachel?
Yes.
Property Services fame. She gave me the linen because of course I'm just such a scrounger. So I've been friends with Rachel for years, although we hadn't seen each other for a few years. And I said to her, Rachel, I noticed that you wear a lot of linen. If your linen ever gets to the point where it's just so damaged, you're going to get rid of it. But it's not good enough to give to the op shop because, I'll have it. So anyway, she came back and she said, this is not from clothing, but I bought it years ago and I just don't know what to make with it. So do you want it? I mean, beautiful petrol colour.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So I made these little bags, and I'm going to show you because I'm so proud of myself. Can I just say, French seams. Oh my God, it's dark blue so you can't see it. Tell them it's beautiful French seams.
Oh, it's beautiful. You have done beautiful French seams. Not on that one. Oh, beautiful. She has been very ladylike and delicate
such
with
a
her
good
French
mum.
seams.
Such a good mum. Anyway, it's all hand stitched.
We have done it this one. I'll look at the wrong bit.
No, they both have French seams. I just did an L.
Show your pretty little things.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So I was doing this. I had started here. I'd cut it out here, and then I got all my threads and everything ready. And then with the idea of doing it there, I didn't have scissors. So as I showed you in my shopping video, I bought these scissors. I haven't shown them to you.
No,
Oh
you
my
haven't
God,
shown me the scissors.
I don't know where I've put them now. They're somewhere.
I'll have to
I
watch
bought
the
them
chopping
from the
video.
equivalent of a $2 shop in Chile.
Lovely.
The best scissors I have. And they have this beautiful gold handle, and they're just amazing. I said to Martin, okay, I'm definitely putting my suitcase in the hold because I'm not getting rid of these scissors. They cost me $3. Amazing.
Excellent.
So anyway, I was able to kind of cut the fabric. Okay, I'm too shallow. I have to show you my French seams. French seams are done in such a way that you don't see the rough edges. They're encased. Yes, I'm amazing. Thank you. I can't see.
Look at this dark blue thing really closely.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame. Please Google French seams. Should I be impressed by French seams?
Yes, and yes you should. They look amazing.
Okay, so what I did is linen from my friend, gifted embroidery floss, ribbon from Chile, and they each have their initial. So this is for Christina. Can you show Sophia's?
I can show Sophia.
And
That's
they just
so
have
beautiful.
tiny little flower. Very simple.
Lovely.
Yeah. And the idea with these, for me, although I do love them just as they are, is that I never worry that it's like, oh, I've just done one flower, because I think every year I can add a flower.
Yeah.
But I actually think they look very beautiful as they are.
I say I particularly like the flower that's on that sea. I think that's beautiful.
What's in here?
Presents.
Did Sophia leave her? Sophia left her little bag. I bought her, we bought her a bracelet. Gosh, it's hard to buy for grown-up children because it's going to be just right. But Christina helped me choose a bracelet for Sophia, and I think we hit it right. And they now put a little flag of Peru on the thingy. It's so cute. Anyway, there we go. Gosh, that was like 35 minutes of me bragging about my French seams. Thank you. Maybe this is why I do the whole thing with you, so that people can get... Yes, Catherine, very pretty.
Very pretty. So, shall I show some shopping?
It arrived.
It arrived. Right, so that's not shopping, that's from last time. Sorry, I haven't actually been through these. But the Just Nan, I have got now the birthday set. So this is the wee birthday mouse. He's got a little balloon and a party hat. And that's the cube.
Shall I ruin the mood by asking you a pertinent question?
You don't want to know.
No, no, it's not about how much it costs.
Okay, then.
Have you started any of these?
No, but but I have been told that either the fabric is just about to be ordered or the fabric has been ordered. So I will soon be starting the pink ones. And I'm going to go into the shop tomorrow and see if they've got the fabric for this one, because it's just a linen coloured linen, so I'm sure we'll have something.
Don't you have something? Just saying.
Don't be a packet.
I am just
Killjoy.
the worst. Now that I've done my spending, I'm like, Victoria, do you need to spend that money?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have to keep the local economy afloat on my own. How beautiful is that? And I bought another book.
I would like you to do one, because I think they'll look even cuter in real life.
Oh, they are absolutely adorable in real life. So I am going to do one. It's on the, I'm not doing them. I'm just haven't done them because I've been waiting for the fabric. So this is Paint with Thread by Emily Ferris, thank you. And I bought it based on the cover because look at that bee. He's gorgeous. And it's a lovely book.
I follow her on Instagram. It's very Moorish.
Look at the beautiful. I don't even know what you call it. The inside.
Oh, that's got a
What
name.
is this? He's got a name. I should know it, but I don't. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, the end papers.
End papers, thank you. And in it, it covers these 5 designs. I like the mushrooms, I like the bee, I like the bird, I like the dandelion. I like all of it. It's just beautiful.
Oh my god, I love the... Hang on, oh no, it's this one. The flowers. It's like
The flowers around it's a
what's
robin,
it
isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a robin. But what are those called?
Nature.
Queen Anne's lace. Queen Anne's lace.
Beautiful.
I'll be borrowing that.
So step by step. Oh! Look at that needle mine.
What is it?
It's a bee. It's so cute. I wonder where she got that from. I might have to hunt that down.
Oh, she might have produced it herself.
Oh, look, isn't that beautiful?
And she's a young embroiderer as well,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun. Like new generations coming through.
These are just pictures of her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll show a picture of her. Just young.
She's young.
Beautiful.
She's young. She's a runner, but she's got chronic illness. Does she have asthma or something? she often will mention it on her Insta. She's a pretty cool lady.
I'm not going to show every book page.
She sells
because
kits, Victoria. Be very aware.
Hopefully she sells
Oh,
the Buzzy Bee needle winder because it's gorgeous.
I think it's more about beware than be aware.
Where's a good... I quite love this dandelion on the dark fabric. He's beautiful. So this was a present to myself.
Nice.
I did very well. And it's step-by-step instructions on how to do it, essentially. Learning how to do the painting fabric. Painting with thread. That bee's gorgeous. And patterns at the back, which I'm not going to show. Yeah, paint with thread. Highly recommend. It's gorgeous. Super pleased. And how beautiful is it? It's like almost like a cloth covering.
Oh, like the Batsford's ones.
Beautiful with embossed gold thread and work of art.
Lovely.
That's all my shopping.
Okay, so
Because the shop is shut. I'm going in tomorrow when it opens.
Should be there at 7:30.
I don't open until 10, but I'll be there at 10.
Hello. Okay, so I have a book recommendation for you.
Who, for me?
For the world.
Okay, because I was looking at that and thinking, I need that book.
Okay, so another person that I follow on Instagram, because I follow everybody that embroiders on Instagram. This is called Mystical Stitches by Christy Johnson. She's a cool maker. She's advertising a basic sewing class at the moment, because she teaches a class. So when I say basic sewing, it's not about that the sewing is basic, it's about the shapes being basic. So it's about building your own clothing without having to buy patterns. Just really like communities have done in history over millennia. You know, this whole idea of fashion and patterns is only really the last 120 years. She always gives me this skeptical look when I'm talking about my stuff. Anyway, I was attracted to the book. I just like to look at embroidery books because...
Show the chart. Sorry, I've been distracted.
I
love this.
She's taking
Look at
over.
this beautiful cover, and then on the inside, it's the back. How awesome is that?
You should totally buy her book. Because I remember listening to an interview of hers, A Woman After My Own Heart, and she was saying, people ask her about the back, and she's like, why would I worry about the back? Nobody sees the back. Great lady. But what I wasn't expecting with this book is that it's kind of embroidery and mindfulness at the same time. She talks about meditation. She talks about channeling thoughts through your embroidery and images that you want to do. Anyway, it's kind of cool. I like things like the moon phases. That was cool.
Show her pants. Look at her pants. They're so cool. Slytherin pants. They're awesome.
I think it's called Galactic Denim Jeans.
They're cool. Okay, maybe it's not a snake. Maybe it's a...
See, isn't this cool? Isn't that great? Very beautiful. And the other thing that I love about her is that she's not interested in being Royal Society of Needlework perfect, which is more my vibe. Like, I'm not interested in perfect. We've talked about me finding perfection boring. She's kind of the same. She's just saying, enjoy your stitching. You don't have to pass an exam. So anyway, I really recommend it. I'm enjoying. I've done one look through it, but I only got it for inspiration. So it's not like I'm going to make anything from here particularly, but it's just about broadening my making horizon. But I'm going to go and have another read through, and you're welcome to borrow it. So this was a library hold. So in Dunedin you can just get holds. And because I did that presentation about sustainable house building, I got given loads of hold cards, because I never put a book on hold because I refuse to pay, because I'm stingy. I will go into town, from work, I'll walk to town to get a book rather than put a book on hold, which, it's just how I am. But at the moment I'm just enjoying that I have hold cards.
Nice. Does it like a voucher for a free?
Yeah.
Nice.
And
there's some beautiful work in there.
In fact, the librarian had talked about, because when I went to do my talk, I wore my vintage blouse, my antique blouse that I'd embroidered, and she was like, "Oh, maybe you should come and do a talk about how to decorate your clothing."
Nice.
That would be a fun thing to do. So anyway, really good. I recommend. Look at that. It's cool. Oh, and no, I did fancy do what does she call these? Amulet jewelry. There you go. Amulet adornment necklace. I have been wanting to do something like this for a long time. So maybe I'll pull my finger out.
So you can put your magic rocks in there.
Yeah. Magic rocks and herbs.
Nice.
Speaking of magic rocks and herbs, I do believe in that extra power. I remember, TMI, go and put the kettle on. I do remember when I was trying to get pregnant with Sophia, and there's a whole story about why my children are my miracle babies. When you're trying to have a baby and it hasn't happened in 5 minutes, you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to get pregnant. I mean, that's just how it is. And I remember going to this art gallery, and there was this, have I even got it here? Somewhere. There is this sculpture of this pregnant lady, and it rocks. It has a little rocking noise.
I can't see it. I know the one. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and so of course, I was in my bedroom actually, and of course I bought it because the universe was going to help me get pregnant. Of course I did. So of course I believe in those things. Anyway, you're welcome. This is, well, I don't know if I'm recommending this book. So the other one was a library book. So if you're in Dunedin, put a hold on it. I think it's definitely worth the price of a hold.
Christy Johnson.
Christy Johnson, she's an American maker. But she also does, follow her on Instagram. She's got a cool Instagram. But this one I bought before I went on my holiday, and I timed it so that it would arrive. Even with delays, it would arrive before I left on holiday. Of course it didn't. So then I had to go and see my lovely friend across the road, who I'm friendly with, and she's lovely. And I said, oh, a book's going to arrive, and of course the postman's going to leave it outside. It's bound to rain every day. Can you just collect it? I said, it's an art book. You can open it and have a read. So she did open it and had a read,
Good.
which I thought was so lovely. She's quite creative as well. Anyway, this is a fantastic, beautiful, inspiring book of art and essays by the Textile Study Group. So it's called Insights, and it's a collective of artists. And so what they do is they meet twice a year to discuss their work, and sort of encourage each other and keep each other fresh. Oh my God, can I just say they have a picture of Anthony Gormley's sculpture. I never made it to Liverpool to see Anthony Gormley's sculptures in the water. He's got a few sculptures in the water and in the sea. And the tide comes and anyway, la la. I'm trying to show you some interesting. I just find these sorts of things really inspiring.
I think our friend Claire would like this book.
Yes, I know. I almost messaged her, but I'd already messaged her about other things, so I thought I'd just leave Claire alone. She's on holiday. But even things that are not my style, I just find it's not just the pictures that I find inspiring. I mean, if you're just going to buy it for the pictures, just buy it for this. It is the most beautiful cover.
It is gorgeous.
It is so
and it's
stunning.
to the back.
Hang on, this is going to fall out.
Carries on to the back.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
But the essays, every artist sort of presents their work and writes an essay and writes answers to certain questions. But it's just, I do find it so inspiring. Oh, and it's got, oh, I'd missed this one. Great. So, Mandy Patullo. I think she's Patullo. I think her husband might have an Italian ancestry. I've got one of her pieces. I love her work. She's super famous on Instagram. In fact, if you're a quilter and you follow, is it Matthew Roderick, who's a quilt collector, and he's published a book that I have and I've talked about in the program. Can I see it? Just, oh, tangent alert again. But anyway, he actually posted, because it's the Year of the Rabbit this year, the Chinese Year of the Rabbit. So he posted lots of images of rabbits, including one of Mandy Patullo's applique quilt creations.
Excellent.
And I love her work, so I'm excited. I'm going to leave this.
Is
out
it that
here
one there beside the two mirrors?
with the bird? I'll bring
Yeah.
it actually to show because her work is so beautiful.
Oh, it's a treat. We get to see it in real life. IRL.
I think I did. Remember when I did the video tour of my house? This was hanging there already. So this is one piece of hers that I snagged. It's very beautiful. So what she does, she lives in the north of England. I couldn't tell you how north. But she lives in a place. It can't be that far from Cumbria. It might be in Cumbria. And there is a very important quilting tradition in Cumbria as well, historically. And so she goes to flea markets and second-hand markets and she buys damaged old quilts. And then she uses that as the basis. So this is a strippy quilt. Can you see the stripes? It's called a strippy. It's a particular style that they had in, I think it was the north of England and Wales. But anyway, and then she does the appliqued embroidered pieces.
Beautiful.
And I snagged this bird, which I really wanted the bird. And I kept trying because she's one of those makers, artists that she posts something and I'm like, I've put this up for sale, and you go on to Etsy and they've gone. So I felt very lucky. Anyway, I am super excited now that I knew she was on the list of artists, but I somehow missed. I mean, hello, how can I not be inspired by this? Anyway. Gosh, so beautiful. If you're in Dunedin and you are interested in this sort of thing, leave a comment. I'm trying to be more sociable.
Catherine will stalk you.
Yes, I'll stalk you on Instagram. Oh, that's a terrible word. I'll follow you on Instagram. Yes, I'll stop going on about it. But anyway,
Beautiful book.
Beautiful book, and it's called Insights. And you can't find it in places. You don't find it in bookshops. You actually have to contact them. So if you Google the textile study group, I think it was £30 for the book, £30 for postage.
Ain't that the way?
To New Zealand. I mean, it is what it is. As a budding artist, I don't put a price on these things. They're just very inspiring and completely worth it to me. So, yay. And also, it's nice to support artists because this is another income stream for them.
Yeah.
So,
And it's an income stream that is accessible to everyone in terms of it's mass produced. As like you were saying with the bird, not you go to get it and the one you want's gone, but
oh, that's right. That's more in that
yeah.
way. It's more accessible.
Yeah,
Right, that's right.
Not price wise when you're paying £30 and then £30 for postage, but
But
in terms of you can actually get a copy of it.
Yeah. The other interesting thing as well, because I came across this textile group. I mean, I know a lot about art. I follow a lot of textile artists. If you have a recommendation of textile artists that you think I would enjoy, please recommend. But I follow a lot of them on Instagram, and I buy a lot of books. But what I can't remember where I heard of this group, but what I found really interesting is that this is self-published.
Oh.
Yeah, so they self-publish this now. And I bought this, and I bought a little booklet from an exhibition that they had, which is also self-published. And the woman who is going to either be June Hill or Dr. Melanie Miller, I think it might have been June Hill, she was saying that she learned how to, I mean, she's an artist anyway, so there's already an understanding of like what looks pleasing to display and stuff. But she had a friend show her how to use like an editing program in a day.
Yeah.
And then she put this together.
Clever lady.
So it's just I just think that these stories of creativity are really inspiring. Like there are so many different ways that you can fulfill your desires to be a creative person, and it's not all the same. I am sure. I was listening to another, because I listen to many podcasts. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and the person being interviewed, it was Seamside by Zach Foster. The person being interviewed saying, when I first finished, I was a costume designer, but nobody was interested in the costume designing that I wanted to do, because he says, as a young queer person, I was the perfect designer if you wanted everybody to look like they were wearing drag. And what you're saying is like, now that is a perfectly acceptable career path. 30 years ago when he started, it was tough. And so some of these styles of art and art making 30 years ago would have been like, Is it though? But now, you know, we're so much more open to what creativity is. Blah, blah. There she goes off. Anyway, great book. I love it.
We good?
There's one thing that you've forgotten.
There is one. No, one. So, we have a giveaway. We don't do this often, but we have been donated by Stitch Witches. Thank you, people. Thank you, our friends at Stitch Witches. That's Sue and Donna. We have been donated a book of days to give away on our flosstube. So, I have got a book of days, so I'm going to be doing it this year. I haven't started yet because I decided I needed new pens. I have to go to town and buy some new pens. But I have already written down what I've done each day, considering it's only day 3 of the year. And I have bought stickers, including stickers. I really want to make quite a visual diary out of this with sketches and stickers and magazine cutouts. And oh yeah, I've got some stickers. I'll show you. I'll show them some of my stickers in a minute.
Cool.
So we have a book of days to give away.
We should say, for people that are watching us for the first time, or people that don't know, Stitch Witches is an embroidery and fabric shop in Dunedin.
Yes.
So we're very lucky that we now have a specialist shop in Dunedin.
Yes.
We hadn't for a wee while. And they sell the sorts of things that in the past it would be like, I wish you could find this in Dunedin.
Yeah, or we'd have to order it in the post and wait.
Yeah,
and blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
So they do very much quilting and embroidery based at the moment, or and sewing machines. You can buy machines through them.
But they have, you know, they have pearl cotton, they have different types of cotton.
They have
and
over
embroidery
dyes,
flosses.
and you know, you go to our big box craft stores and it's DMC. That's what you can get. So this is
And let's be honest, anything that Victoria shops, it's come from Stitch Witches.
pretty much all my stuff.
Also,
Switches.
when we did a tour of their shop,
Yeah.
it was so funny because we were so shy. We were like, can we do a tour?
Yeah, when we were new and they were new because
Yes.
they're only been open.
Like 3 days or something.
Yeah.
Actually, someone saw something in the background when we were talking, and they phoned them and they ordered it on the phone. So they will take phone orders, and they now have a website, and they're really well stocked.
Yeah.
So well worth supporting them if that's your sort of making.
Yes, which is my sort of making.
Yes.
I've done a couple of classes through them. The Home Sweet Home is through Stitch Witches, I think. I don't know whether it's through Stitch Witches, but one of the women who owns Stitch Witches does the class, my friend Sue.
So it was in the class. It was in the space.
Yes, it was in the space. And anyway, it's a great place, great people. I've met so many nice people through there. So Book of Days, for those of you who don't know, is basically a diary, and you can sort of utilize this however you want. You put either what you've worked on that day. I'm going to have a list of what I want to have, like my you must touch projects, things I'd like to touch. I'm going to have different things as indicating, you know, new start, finishes. Just generally have it pretty, I think.
And it's got the 12 months of the year.
12 months of the year, so hopefully you can start listing what you've done so that if you win this, you can keep going. So, keyword, we'll do a draw, it will be witches, and I will post it anywhere in the world.
Yep. And the other thing as well that you had said is that it's going to be really handy for you, because when we do the videoing,
Yes.
you don't have to remember everything you touched.
No.
You'll just be able to refer to your book.
Yep, and I'll show you. A lot of people, myself included, are going to decorate them with stickers and things.
Oh, show.
So for Christmas, I got this sewing tin, and I ate the biscuits.
Okay, so... Oh, okay, because I keep seeing these things on Instagram, and I don't understand the joke.
Oh, I think I didn't quite understand the joke either, so I had to ask. But it's my understanding that everybody's grandma had this tin, and in that tin would be like the buttons and the things.
So it's any biscuit tin, really, isn't it?
I think so, but I'm not entirely certain.
Because, yeah, you must have seen it on Instagram. It's like a joke, and it's like a woman usually standing in front going, oh, did you see all the sewing tins? But they're not sewing tins, they're biscuit tins.
Yeah.
And you're right, everybody...
Yeah, everyone's grandma has a tin.
Yeah, I thought it was that, but I didn't think it was that funny, but it kept appearing.
It's a thing, yeah. So I got sharks because I thought I would record Shark Week in it.
Okay. When is Shark Week?
Shark Week is when you get your period.
Okay, so this is so funny. I live in a natural, like, environmental home. When you say Shark Week, it's like, okay, Martin's gonna make me go to the blooming aquarium. we're gonna go to the bridges with the harbour to try and find some sharks which live around there. Oh my god, you are hilarious, Victoria. You are hilarious.
I've got some gold stars that I already had. That I'm going to use to record like finishes.
Is that the one you were going to give me?
Yeah, you want
amazing. Okay, can I brag about that?
You can brag about that all you want.
Slight commercial break to say, Marta and I installed a washing machine alone the other day. We did not get divorced, which, you know, sometimes we are not a good couple to do DIY together. It's awful. But we installed a washing machine alone, and it was the first washing machine here. The holes for the stuff hadn't been drilled in and everything, and we did it, and it works.
I'm very impressed. That's a gold star. That's a whole packet of gold star in my box.
And I went shopping to the actual shops to buy washing machine as well, so 2 stars.
So I bought some stickers from, shivers, I got it, from AliExpress, and very much, apparently I have it.
They arrived already?
Yeah, some of them. Carriage, they're all very romantic.
They're a little bit big though, aren't they?
Oh, I don't care.
This will be like for some massive achievement.
Yeah. Oh no, these are just like to decorate it. Just decorate the pages. Have a horse galloping over things. And I'm not going to pull them all out, but that's like a Frozen themed one because there's like a reindeer. That's the other reason I'm thinking.
I'm waiting for the sewing ones.
Oh, I haven't got the sewing ones yet. They haven't arrived.
Okay. Because those are the ones that have tempted me.
Oh, no, only because
I'm still.
If you order from AliExpress, sometimes it takes a week and sometimes it takes 5 months. So there's a polar bear and an Arctic fox.
That's not an Arctic fox.
A fox or a wolf. I don't know. It's a
be
something.
It's a something.
Yeah, I'm really going to annoy you. I know this is not, but look, there's a killer whale.
No, this is great. Now we're getting more into the territory that I understand.
I don't know, what sort of whale is it? Is it a humpback? It hasn't got a hump, so I'm suspecting not.
So it could be a right whale.
What sort of, name this whale?
Or,
a whale.
Moby Dick whale. No, it's not a Moby Dick whale. It could be a right whale, because they look like ones that were hunted.
Sorry, I'm not going to show you all the stickers.
No, I'm going at it hunting.
Oh yeah, emperor penguins, baby ones. Anyway, cute.
Okay, I'm never tempted by so I live submerged in a house of like, look at this bird, and look at this animal, and look at the worms, and look, did you see the cicada? And you know, I don't want those stickers. I was very tempted by the stickers that are like beautiful embroidery floss, and you know, the little thimble that nobody needs, but it's so pretty.
Oh, these are Alice in Wonderland ones.
I can't wait to see those. Now that is cute.
Here's Alice. And sorry, my big fingers are
flamingos.
Flamingos.
We saw some flamingos on holiday.
Are they as pink as I hope they are?
Only.
I know it's all dietary.
In a zoo, only if they give them the right food. But in the wild, we saw them in Peru last time we went, and they were.
Excellent.
Because they were in the right environment to have the right.
Because it's all about their diet, isn't it? It's all obviously.
They eat some sort of shrimp that's pink.
Turns them pink. Anyway, so if you would like to enter the draw for a 2023 Book of Days, the keyword will be witches.
And go and have a look at their website.
Yeah, check them out.
So just bear in mind that we're opening this up to anywhere in the world. We will post anywhere in the world. If things get lost in the post, I'm sorry. You can't redress that. But also, it's a Book of Days, and it probably will take a month to get to you because it's New Zealand.
So you're going to have to like start keeping a record now of what you're doing.
Keep a record of what you've done.
So you can win. Re-backfill it. So I got these from Stitch Witches. They're all awesome. That's it.
And
so we'll make the draw next video.
Next video, so in a fortnight.
Yep. Comment, like, subscribe, blah blah blah.
So today we're videoing on a Tuesday, but we're going to get back into our Thursday recording.
Yeah.
There's going to be some glitches sometimes because Victoria's busy on one Thursday a month.
Yeah, because I have joined the local guild branch.
Because she's actually sociable. And I'm still working on joining my local branch. My lovely friend Faye said she's going to introduce me to someone that's quite active.
Excellent.
So that I don't have to appear on my own, like not know anyone.
Excellent.
We'll see how that goes.
So we will be back in a fortnight, hopefully. All things going well. We've got to get back to work and all that jazz.
Yes. Unless, I don't know, I don't play the lottery, but I would quite like to be saved from work.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
Anyway, I'm going back to work tomorrow. I'll get through with coffee. It'll be fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I hope everybody's well.
Yeah, so
we should say thank you for all the comments.
thank you for watching. Thanks, it's been so much fun. We're hoping to do it again.
Short videos.
Yeah, I thought this would be a 20-minute video because we didn't really have much to show.
All the interruptions and the tangents. You're welcome.
Bye. Ka kite.
Ka kite.